Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and we are just one day away from game day. Bengals-Giants in New York, not traveling because it's preseason. Yes, we will be on the road, traveling to Bengals road games all throughout the year during the regular season, but there's plenty to watch for in this game. There's plenty of things that I'm going to have my eye on, and let's start with the obvious one. Let's start with the one that impacts the ones, Cordell Volson. Can Cordell Volson, he's got the starting job, it's within his grasp. He's got his hand, it's close to it. Will he snatch it? Will he snatch it? That's what I want to see on Sunday night. That's what I'll be looking for. And I thought he's been really consistent in practice. Does that mean he's been perfect? No. Has he gotten beat? Absolutely. Guess what? So has Alex Kappa. So has Ted Karras. It happens to offensive linemen. But he's been consistent. He's been steady. And the thing that you talk to anyone, he's willing to learn. He's been a sponge. He's being doing everything the right way. You want someone in this left guard room to separate themselves. Like, in a perfect world, in the Bengals' perfect world, Jackson Carman would have went out there last week and just been dominant. And then he would come out there again this week and be dominant and just secure the job that way. Well, that did not happen. He was not dominant. And he's going to miss this week, so now it's kind of flipped. Roles reversed. Can Cordell Volson put this to bed, this competition to bed? Maybe not. And if he leaves the door open, that's kind of a bad scenario for the Bengals. You don't want to be talking about who's going to be the left guard, next week going into that preseason game number 3 against the Rams. So that's the first thing. How will Volson look against what I think are going to be the Giants starters? Giants expected to play their starters for a bit. The Bengals will not play their starters, but it's still interesting. There's a lot of interesting things here and a lot of different position battles that I want to see. For example, Allen George, number 42, has looked really, really good on defense. Had an interception on Thursday, has made some plays. Can he continue to make plays? Can he push and continue to push for that roster spot? Desmond Noel on the offensive line, number 60, a Cincinnati native. Went to Colerain High School. Looked pretty good last week. Was highly graded among those analytics sites and all those things. Will he be able to emerge and continue to play at that level? Because if so, I think he certainly can play his way at least onto the practice squad. And maybe more. Who knows? You never know. You never say never. That's the part about the preseason that's a lot of fun. Of course, I'm going to talk about the skill guys, but just a reminder that this report brought to you by Rivertown Inquiry. I had to wear this. I was like, man, you know what? I'm already at the stadium on a Saturday. I'm going to wear this right here. RivertownInquiry.com. Get there. Doug and his team have awesome, awesome T-shirts. This shirt looks brand new, right? I've had it for like a year. You can wash it all you want. It's not going to matter. It's going to be high quality, and it's going to last. So go there now. RivertownInquiry.com. Look, this wide receiver room is kind of weird because you have 5 guys that are locks. You have the big 3. Mike Thomas is a lock. Stanley Morgan Jr., a lock. Trent Taylor, I don't want to call him a lock, but he's proven as a punt returner. So if you're Kwame Lassiter, this is your chance to flash as a punt returner. I don't know how many returns Trent Taylor is going to get. I think they know what he is at this point as a receiver and as a returner. So shouldn't Lassiter get a bunch of reps? So I'll be interested to see if he does. And he's been so good in practice as a receiver. Will he flash? Will that translate to the game? Because he has been really, really good, really, really reliable and consistent. And then will Kendrick Pryor continue what he's done? It seems like number 19 is all over the field. He was last week right here at PBS against the Cardinals. Can he do it again against the Giants? Certainly something that I'll be paying attention to as well. And then the other thing, like starting lineup-wise, Dax Hill, he's going to be going up against the Giants once. So he might be matched up deep downfield against Kenny Golladay. He might have to come up and try to tackle Saquon Barkley in space. That's pretty fun, right? He might be matched up in the slot against Wan'Dale Robinson out of Kentucky, the shifty rookie who got drafted, I think, earlier than people anticipated, but got drafted in the second round by the Giants. Those are all things that I'm going to be paying attention to. And then, honestly, after that, it's more so depth. Will Trey Hill show that he's going to get guard reps with Jackson Carman out due to COVID-19? Can Trey Hill show that, yeah, I can be the backup center and a backup guard? and play both at a high level. I think he'll get reps in both spots. Will Lamont Gilliard be able to push for that backup center job as well with Trey Hill in line, Ben Brown on injured reserve? His season is over, so it's going to be Hill or Gilliard battling for that backup center spot behind Ted Karras. So there's a lot of storylines. There's a lot of backups that are battling right now, and I think that's fun. I really do, because the Bengals starting lineup, there's one spot that's really not solved in their big 22. But special teams, and I talked about the returners, the other thing that I'll be watching, this punting battle. Does Drew Chrisman have the lead right now? I think he might. And so is this when Kevin Huber strikes back? How do both guys hold? Right now, both guys have held Evan McPherson's kicks. Great. They've both been very steady, very reliable. Will that continue? Who punts the ball better? That's going to be a big, big position battle. And then you got Clark Harris, Cal Adamitis. I think Clark Harris has a clear lead. Never know. Never say never. Things happen quick. Things change quickly. As we've seen with the left guard battle, how things just kind of flipped. Jackson Carman appeared to be up here and clearly the favorite. Now it's flipped. And the same thing could happen with any of these positions. And so Puka Williams, good example. You muff a punt, now you're gone. And it can happen that quick. So we'll see what happens on Sunday night. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I do know we're going to be here for you every single step of the way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up, because we're working through our preseason kinks just like anybody else, just like the Bengals are. But once that regular season rolls around, we're going to be bringing you, and I think we already are, the best Bengals coverage here on YouTube. So for Elise Jesse, who you can catch every Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on the OT, Joe Goodberry every Tuesday on Bengals on the Brain, or Andrew Fox Miller, Nick Suberling, I'm James Rapien signing off for now at Paycor Stadium.